This channel is made possible by viewers like you. My viewers, subscribers, and patrons greatly help to keep this channel going. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of you. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. And if you'd like to go the extra mile, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you'll get access to what I'm working on, previews of upcoming content, and even early videos, along with other tier options for those that are interested. Thank you, and now on to the video. So there was an announcement that came out recently where it would seem that 343 Industries is trying to have a sort of fresh start. We see that they are changing around some people in management. The studio is going to be changing their name. They are switching to a new game engine, and they are working on a brand new Halo game too. But can essentially the same studio that got Halo into an iffy or less than desired position be the ones to actually pull Halo back out? I am not going to sit here and just blindly bash 343 for their work on Halo. I have a lot of issues with their games, and on the flip side, I did recognize areas that they did well, or at least it seemed like they made steps in the right direction. It sounds like they want to start fresh, and while many gamers might be concerned, and rightfully so too, there is a part of me that wants to see what they will do with this. Will they be able to create this fresh start and not waste it? Will they hit the ground running and are able to deliver right out of the gate with the game? Or will it be what we've seen for years from them with Halo, but now under a new name for that same developer? Something I want to point out I think will probably make a difference in making the next Halo game. Halo is a legacy IP. It has been around for a long time. There is probably going to be a lot of fresh new blood coming onto this team, with varying degrees of experience. Something I think that each member of the team needs is to have that love for that IP. I want people working on this thing with talent in game making that I do not have, but it's something that I recognize and appreciate. But I also want people that actually love to play the games themselves. I want people who love going through the campaigns several times and seeing what crazy and cool stuff they can do, or in different ways that they can complete the set pieces. I want someone who has a love for these characters and understands what makes them tick and why they are so special. I want someone who held LAN parties with their friends playing the multiplayer, or called in sick to work because they stayed up too late the night before, or just want to stay home and play Halo all day. We need fans with the talent of good developers making the next game. We need the marriage of passion and talent. Prior 343 games had a lot of contractors working on those games, which ended up causing problems for them down the road. I'm not saying don't use them if you need them, but as a requirement to work on the new Halo, you need at the very least be someone who actually loves to play Halo. This is absolutely key. This is what makes the best indie games the best they end up being, and I think this will help be a contributing factor into making Halo great again. Another thing that this new Halo studio needs to understand and recognize, there is a history here with these games. For many of us, it was part of our childhood. For me, it's something that I revisit whenever I can. While I haven't covered Halo on my channel yet, I universally love the Bungie games. They are all pretty much perfect for me. You can't beat them. Top tier stuff. I could replay these campaigns over and over again. Part of this is because split screen was a key component of Halo, whether it was tackling the campaign with a friend or playing rounds upon rounds of the multiplayer. This was something that I absolutely hated that wasn't included in Halo 5. I had a lot of issues with that game, but a key one was the absence of a mode that should always be included. And even though I liked a lot of elements of Halo Infinite, it was really depressing to see that split screen was never an option that made it into that game. Yes, there is a workaround of sorts to get it working. Again, speaking to the problems with the overuse of contractors here again too. But by not having split screen, you are missing a key component of Halo's identity. Many of us only ever played the game in split screen. And yeah, now probably more players are playing it online. I get that. But know your history, and most importantly, don't forget it. So here we have 343 going through a name change, and a change in management, and probably a bunch of employees. Where do they go from here? What is the thing that they make that makes their first mark a strong one? They are going out of their way to say that they are starting fresh. That's all great, but can they actually deliver? I know that based on the limited footage they have shown so far for the new Halo, some people are saying that they are making a remake of the first Halo game. This is the exact opposite of what I would want them to do. For one, the original Halo is fantastic. It's still great, a timeless first-person shooter. It has already received a visual remaster that 343 actually worked on too. The game does not need to be remade, and to make a remake of the game would be a giant waste of time, resources, and honestly it would not give me any confidence in the studio as their starting point, because they are going back to the well and remaking the first game. It shows me that these developers lack any sort of creativity for the universe, along with showing that they can't do anything beyond what Bungie has created. The thing is, do they make a sequel to Infinite? Honestly, I don't know if having a direct game related to that story is good as well. Halo 4 through Infinite is generally a narrative that I think would benefit from being re-canoned. Just make a new timeline and forget most of that stuff even happened. If they want to continue the Master Chief story, start from the end of 3 and come up with something much better than they did on their first attempt. But if it was up to me, I think a title they should focus on is something more like Halo ODST or Halo Reach. Tell us a new story, maybe about a new ODST team, and even taking on a similar style that ODST had with that hub-like environment. They could even incorporate elements of Infinite's open world, but they could do it in a smaller, more dense setting, or do a separate story about a different group of Spartans, just like how Reach was done. There's plenty of Halo books to use as inspiration here, but for the love of God, please do not remake the first game. I am not trying to pretend that to do a fully featured Halo game is an easy thing to do. Yeah, sure, Bungie made it look easy, but that was their baby, and that talented group was able to just keep bringing out winners. I do think that a new team is capable of being able to make a high-quality Halo game again. We need people that actually care about this universe. We need writers that love the source material, played the games themselves, along with being more interested in entertaining than just trying to preach a crazy progressive agenda. That is a big fear that I have with a lot of modern writing. How game writers just don't seem to know how to write good stories anymore. It's all agenda and not about good stories and characters. I love the Bungie Halo campaigns. Those stories are great. I want Halo to be great again. Honestly, Halo should not be in the position it is in. This was once a franchise that was leading the pack, not trying to play catch-up. And while I have a lot of issues with many of the prior 343 projects, I do think that we could have a great Halo again. We just need the right people in the right roles to get that magic to happen again. And like I said before, please do not remake the original Halo. I know that remakes are a big thing now, but not every game needs one. Halo 1 is available on PC and Xbox consoles. You can play it very easily, and most importantly, the game is still great. Give us something new, something that shows us that you know how to expand the universe in new ways. Tell us a story we haven't heard of, that is worth sitting down to listening to and playing through. I love Halo. I wish this team the very best of luck. What are your thoughts on the new Halo studio? What is your idea for a new Halo game? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.